guys, I'm Tamil and today I'm going to show you how to defeat Therin, the boss at the pit, and I'll show you how to crack his feint moves and his step backs. And the feint moves are his fake moves, where he goes to do one move and then changes to another. And I'll show you them in slow motion. So in scene 1 he has 2 feints, and here we'll look at the first one. You can identify it as he starts it with a hand center hit, which you need to avoid, and then straight after he does the feint move. He looks like he'll do a backhand diagonal from up to down, but in fact he then changes it to a hit with his stick diagonal down to up, and the way to avoid that is through ducking. Onto the second feint in the first scene, and this is a change from a vertical hit. It looks like he's going to hit vertically, but he changes it to a diagonal hit from left up to down right. Onto the second scene, and he adds an additional 2 feints, and he still uses the 2 from the first scene. So let's look at the third feint, which is introduced in the second scene. And this again starts with a center hand hit, which you need to avoid. And then he does a fake move where he looks like he's going to do a second center hit with his hand, but in fact he suddenly turns and does a horizontal hit instead. You need to duck to avoid that hit. It looks similar to the first feint, but as I say, he does a horizontal hit instead of the diagonal one. So here's the fourth feint introduced in the second scene. And again it starts with the center hand hit, and this time again it looks like he might do a horizontal hit, but in fact he turns his back to you and ends up doing a vertical hit, so you need to dodge to the left to avoid it. The way to identify this is to see whether he turns his back to you, and if he does, then you know it's a vertical hit that's going to be next. So onto the third scene, and another 2 additional feints are introduced on top of the 4 already seen. So looking at the 5th feint, and this is similar to the first one, but he doesn't do the hand center hit first. So it looks like he's going to do a diagonal from up to down hit, but in fact he swipes from down to up diagonally with his sword, and you need to duck to avoid that. So onto the last feint, and this is unique to the last scene, and here he looks like he's going to do a left diagonal hit, but he turns his back and it becomes a right diagonal hit, so you need to dodge to the right to avoid it. The exact opposite of what it would have been if he'd done the left hit. So those are the feints. I hope that helps you crack them. Let's look at the step backs now, and they're quite straightforward compared to the feints. So here's step back 1, and both 1 and 2 look very similar, and you can do the same moves to avoid them. So dodge right for his thrust with the staff, then dodge left for his knee kick, and dodge left again for the center hit with the staff. So onto the second step back, and it looks very similar, only he kicks out fully with his leg, and then his last move is a diagonal left down with his staff. So again dodge right for the first hit, and then left for the kick, and again dodge left for the last hit with the staff, the diagonal hit. Onto his last step back, and this is basically the Horn Stalker's hard step back. And what you need to do is when he leaps in the air, you'll need to dodge to the right, and then notice when he lands and puts his hand on the ground. And as soon as he does that, release your dodge and immediately duck, because he does a fast swing with his staff. And then he'll swing again, and so you need to get ready and do a second duck. And you'll have avoided that step back, and you probably recognise it from the Horn Stalker. So I hope this helps you with his step backs and with his feints, and now you'll be able to defeat Therin. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.